Welcome back everyone. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to take you for a tour around the shop, show you what we've got going on, some of the builds that we got coming up on the channel once the S15's done. So come along, got a few changes to the brand as well, so I'll explain those. Let's go check it out. Alrighty, excuse the mess of the shop midweek, but you've probably seen a little bit of the welding room, an engine room in there. This is our main workspace where everything happens. But we're just going to head straight out through to the back and we'll show you some of the cars we've got. The bad box itself. Oh, this one's going to be fun with the glare off the camera. So this is another customer's car. This is a 85 Volvo 240. Had the slant 4-cylinder in it. We've already started this job recently. He's given us the permission to hold off and put it onto the channel, but we'll show you what we've started on this thing so far.
Is just amazing.
But yeah, so it's a 1JZ. It's going to have all the through. We've got a custom PWR radiator that we had made and designed for it. G30 660 6-boost manifold. Because these factory came out with the turbo, there's actually so much room in here for the intercooler, but there's also 3-inch or over 3-inch holes where we can fit the intercooler piping straight through, so it will be really short, neat and tidy intercooler piping. When all the grills back in, intercooler fits in behind it, no issue. So I'm actually real excited about it. Even the old splitter on the factory bar actually has ducting shaped to push air up into the intercoolers for the turbo model. So
it's almost like it was made for it.
Yeah, it's a legit race car. They did race the 240s, and there's
did they actually? I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, they raced them here in I think it was Group A or Group C racing.
Well, so it's not even a slow race. It's like a
yeah, like they had legit race cars out of them. If you Google 240 race car, you'll see lots of different versions of these with wings and bigger splitters and ram airs on the front. But no, they're pretty cool. We call it the shoebox or the bad box because they are very square. It's a brick on wheels and we love it.
It's going to be a very fast brick on wheels in a second.
Yeah, so it's got a R154 behind it. Customer wants us to keep the steel wheels, but we're going to go get them widened and rebuilt so that we can keep the hubcaps, leave it all patinaed, but underneath the bonnet we've shaved a lot of the holes out of it, and when you pop the bonnet it will be nice and shiny and new looking under there with everything, but from the outside it's going to just look like Grandpa's old car that he let run down. So we're excited to build this one. Another one that I've already seen a few comments for in the background, people asking about the little TA22 Celica. Dropped it off after starting the restoration themselves and have asked us to go through it. We started it a little while ago and it's sat in storage for a little bit, but customers given us the go ahead to start finishing the project. So quickly pop the bonnet here. What's happening underneath? Yeah, rebuilt high comp engine. Whitey's wiring's gone through and rewired the entire chassis and engine. And yeah, we're sandblasted, ready to rebuild carbies and start piecing all this back together and just get this little mean machine back on the road again. So this one's a lot of fun, but unfortunately so many years since it was painted, it will have to go back for some paint touch-ups and corrections, but that
can all happen once the car's done and running, and the customer's happy though.
So, but it's coming up on the channel. You hear that in the background? Is that a Zach Baldy RX-7?
RX-7?
I think it is. And it's my RX-7.
Speaking of RX-7s,
so can you hear it running after all these years sitting around waiting for me to work on it?
Listen to 2-rotor perm.
Yeah, so this one's a personal project. I won't go into too many details until we actually get started, but FB 1981 RX-7. We'll be getting a rotary still. That will be a fun one to show once we start fabricating for it. But yeah, no, it's a Group C wide body kit going on, and I've got a Porsche 935 style front bar that I got made in Japan, and I'll be running that, and I'll re-fiberglass the kits together. So it's going to be painted in a John Player special, like old JPS like 80s race cars. So it'll be a fun car to look at, but what's real exciting is what's going to be under the bonnet. So follow along and stay tuned for what I announced for this build.
He's going to LS swap it. How sick.
We're going to have a rotary still going on in the background, but that's alright. I don't think anyone's going to complain about hearing the braps of the Bridgeport. But
certainly not. I don't really have a really good angle for this.
We're tight for space, fenced in here, but this is my little Nissan B1. Again, getting a little worse for wear. I've got actually a K11 micro engine and gearbox that will be going into this. So I might even kick this off onto the channel sooner rather than later, just because it's such a cool, unique looking little car.
Just calling you out on that steering wheel right there, Sam.
Oh, mate, I've got plans to get rid of that steering wheel. I bought it with it, but for the price I paid for it, I'll take it with the steering wheel and change it later. But no, it's super cool little car. I wait to put a little, well, I shouldn't say little, it's a big block 1.2 litre, 1.3 litre K11 micro engine into it, upgrade it from the little 1 litre, and get it back on the road, fix the rust up. Not sure if I'll put the stripes back on it. You guys can comment below whether you want to see the stripes redone.
I think the stripes need to stay on it. It's kind of...
They're not factory, but it kind of, when the paint was still fairly decent and the stripes weren't stuffed, then it looked cool. I don't know. Kind of gives it a Mini Cooper vibe, I don't know, but comment below what you think about the stripes and if I should redo them. And yes, I do own another 80s rust box. This is my Toyota Corolla. No, just kidding. It's a Nissan S12. They're called a Gazelle here in Australia, Japan, Europe. They had them as a Silvia, so I prefer to call it an S12 Silvia. But yeah, I picked this up for a good deal a few years back, and I now have a SR20 VCT sitting on the floor ready for rebuild, and we'll get stuck into this little project. This will be a real little 80s build. And a good bit of fun. So as you can see, it's in a pretty bad state. I got a lot of spares in there, and I think the finish idea for what this one's going to be will be fun, and I think you guys would like it too. See something a bit different. I don't know of anyone doing an S12 build on a channel before, but SR won't be anything new, but it'll be a fun little build. So hold tight, and this one will be on the channel too.
It certainly has. Seeing this thing a couple of years ago.
It's seen better days. But,
wait, I wonder if this is still a thing. Actually, I think it might be the other one. I think one of my friends cracked a fender on this car. Yeah.
Possibly. This one isn't fitted properly there, and it does actually hit when you open the door. So possibly. I wasn't there when he did it then. But yeah, so this is a Sammit's car. We built this quite a few years back, and unfortunately it never got fully finished. We had an issue with the oil pump, and it sort of sat and waited. I was chatting to Sammit last month, and we agreed it's about time to pull it out of storage and give it a new lease on life. So Sam, when he comes back to Australia very shortly, we'll be going through this in more detail as to repaint, body kit, like what changes he's doing there. But we are rebuilding the RB20 twin turbo that we originally had in it, but this time it's going to be forged, and we'll be putting a Neo RB20D head on it, so it's going to be able to fit an RB25 Neo intake. We'll be putting the RB20 Neo head onto it. That way we've got solid lifters, and we've got all the head flow and benefits that we get from a 25 Neo head, but direct bolt on for the RB20. We have to do some small changes to the piston crowns to accommodate the valve angle, but having a solid head on a forged bottom end of an RB20. We're hoping to push some really fun RPMs out of this and have a really awesome sounding car. So stay tuned. As soon as I've had a chat with Sam and we work out what his redesign for the livery and body kit etc. is going to be, well then we'll get stuck back into it. But yeah, no, it'll be a fun little drift car for him again in Australia. Yeah, this is a 63 EJ Holden Ute. It actually belongs to my auntie, so I did a little deal with her for her Land Cruiser, and I will do the restoration on this. So here it is. Actually, covers already off on this one because I had the panel shop down here the other day giving a quick assessment, because we're going to get it stripped back, repainted, reupholstered. I've got a 173 that we've already rebuilt, and a gearbox we've rebuilt, which is a 3-speed on the tree. So this will be a really cool little old school little restoration, something a bit different from the JDM stuff that we do a lot of at the shop, or so far on the channel. So
this would be sick with an RB30 in it, just saying.
It would be cool, but my auntie wants something that's really original and you know, just more reliable than it was back in 1963. So we've done a bigger cam, ported out the head just a little bit, so it's got a bit more torque and can tow. But she just wants it to drive around on the farm until she retires. So this one's going to be fun. I can't wait to actually swing some more spinners on this one again. So that was a quick little tour of what we've got upcoming on the channel. So yeah, back in 2013 we launched Otaku Garage, and thanks to all your love and support, we've been able to grow into a business much larger than I originally anticipated. And the good news for me there is it's given me the opportunity, along with the encouragement from Zach, to launch a YouTube channel and actually kickstart that. Now you've seen a quick tour of what we've got upcoming on the channel. A little bit about us. Back in 2013 we kickstarted Otaku and built this from the ground up, and it's all because of your love and support and bringing your cars here for us to build, that I've had a wonderful opportunity to work on some really unique, amazing cars, made some amazing friends through the business. We've grown quite big, and we never really intended to be as big as what we are today with the workshop. So yeah, we've got about 25 cars here at the moment. We're not taking on any new bookings, as we just roll through them, get them all finished up, and then we've got a bunch of really cool cars lined up, and we'll just be taking one on at a time and doing really high quality builds and finishes on individual cars before they leave here. So it means we'll probably take on a lot less small work and just take on larger, longer projects one at a time. But that's also exciting for the fact that it also gives us a lot more room to film. We launched the channel back in January just to see how it goes, and we're having a lot of fun. Zach here is really the main reason I even started the channel. I've been wanting to do it for a while, just way too nervous. So Zach's encouragement and knowledge of the YouTube,
the whole YouTube world.
I might as well be a boomer when it comes to YouTube. So having Zach there, have my back, and you know, help show me a few things has meant we've got to a point where you guys are asking for more content. So bear with us over the next couple of months as we wind down the workshop to give us some more time to be filming during the week, and we'll be bringing some more content to you as fast as we can, so
There's
stay tuned.
Definitely a lot happening over the next couple of months for sure. Like Sam, with all the new builds that are coming up hopefully very soon on the channel, and then me for myself, going to be basically leaving Sam with all the videos and going to Melbourne as well. So I'm going to be moving there, but I've got a long enough whip to basically still get Sam and Matt and Ash into gear to make some content up here. So plus I'll be checking back every couple of months to make sure they're building all the cars all right, because the only qualified mechanic basically here at the moment as well. So no, but in all fairness, aside from that, if you guys do want to help out the channel as well, we do have a whole bunch of merch that's up on the Otaku Garage channel. So it's on the Otaku Garage website.
Yeah.
All the links down below if you guys want to go check it out. I personally pack every single one of those orders, so I can even sign it. Sam can sign it, Matt can sign it, Ash can sign it.
He's the famous one. But no, every little purchase of our stickers, our t-shirts really help out the channel. if you're interested in what we've got upcoming, let your friends know. Leave some comments about what you'd want to see or think you might see with some of these upcoming builds. You know, take guesses at what kind of rotary I'm going to put in the RX-7. I know a few of you probably already know, but
LS what?
so yeah, we do appreciate every purchase that you do make. We've got some new hoodies, some new stickers, and some air fresheners coming up, so stay tuned on the socials for that. We'll be dropping them very shortly. But yeah, no, please jump in the comment section, let us know what you think of some of the builds we've got upcoming, what some of the colours or engine swaps or, you know, ideas that you have. That
Plus, if you have a build you're thinking of yourself, feel free to send us a quick little email to info@otakugarage.com.au, and we're definitely going to be taking on some more work. However, it's only going to be those massive big builds, and if you are keen to have your build in the spotlight on the channel, feel free to send it our way, and we'll definitely have a bit of a geese.
So even if it's something that we may not put on the channel itself, we'll still be taking bookings, so feel free to email us, we'll discuss, and we can start talking about quotes to get your dream build together as well. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Ambulance rocking up with the car. Gonna have to pause it there for a second.
That's such a problem.
Yeah. Make that 26 cars. My apologies.